Hello, Acolytes, and welcome to Monday Stream with Geneforge as we follow Azathuul the Shaper while he explores Susia Island and slowly expands his shaping abilities. Let's get the chats popped out. So you can see the thread as well. And yes, last time we went up north, dealt with the bandit camp and abandoned school, and with the bandit woods and the ruined school. Today we'll be heading off to the east to handle, what was it? Need to clear Watch Hill, meet El-Hra. Let's see. Named Cole. Probably run into the Obeyers. Find Arth. Oh, yeah. I've done a little bit of... I did a respec. So I have... 3 levels in leadership and mechanics, 2 levels each in each of the shaping disciplines. So I have better control over my creations, so they shouldn't be running away as often. Basically, now I have adequate control over 2 of them rather than poor control. And these guys are fully upgraded too. Well then, off to the east we go. Although I didn't rename them, so oh well. Off we go to Watch Hill. So you enter the woods east of Vikiri. They used to be more heavily settled by Shapers and then Serviles. Then the land was gradually abandoned and overgrown. Rogues have moved into the abandoned lands, inching closer and closer to Vikiri. There's a road going through these woods. At least one Servile settlement must have survived out here. Let's see. Although first we go off into the woods. Because why not? Oh. So we find a bunch of those guys. Over 1. And boom. Oh, and then there's more. Goes the tabs. There's even more. I see you. The other one runs off. You're at the entrance of Watch Hill, an old Shaper watchpost. It is a burrow under a large hill. From the top, guardians and agents kept watch over the surrounding lands, looking for rogues and other sources of trouble. The guards lived in the warrens under the hill. It is a common arrangement, however, these caverns have been taken over by savage rogues. Their growls and grunts echo through the tunnels. Where is that? Oh, there's a couple more. Rogue Thadling and Rogue Thad. Let's get back a little. Yep. Yeah, and I leveled up. Keep clearing the surroundings. What's that? Belrose Keep to the east. Alright. Anything to pick up around here? A stick. Looks like some bones too. Alright, let's level up. Okay, Essence Mastery. Healing Craft might be good. Oh yeah, I dropped Battle Magics. Get a bunch more Essence. And so 7. Yeah, just got a couple more points in leadership. And I now have strong control of my Fiora. 4, so I could... heal... Of course I can't tell which ones. Oh, good. Then... numb. Oh, I'm still full. Can't heal myself up. Oh well. So over here, nothing. Oh yeah, and between streams I cleaned out my inventory. So I don't know how much of that is actually... how much of the junk I dropped is actually going to be useful. Go back to grab something, then it's in the middle of Valkyrie. The fireballs do a lot of damage. Yep. And even got some coins out of it. How nice. And a nest. Some stone blocks. Some more coin. And a cloak. Cloak will at least sell for something. The shaping hall of this outpost is just ahead. It is not abandoned, it is infested. In the far end there are swirling pools of essence, but they have been corrupted, dark and viscous, and reeking of vinegar. In front of the pool, a bizarre creation grows, rooted to the floor. It is a horrible, slimy beast. Roots extend from its base to the pool's. Quivering tubes stick out of the top. As you watch, it starts to squeeze a small fiora out of one of them. It is a horrible thing. If this horrible thing is a Shaper creation, you've never seen its like. It's a mindless machine for making rogues. You. Oh, hey, more tools. Trash, mallet, teacup. Shit. That living tool is mine. Crap. Action. Can't reach target. No. Move up to body block. That's not nice. Let's see here. Distance pod. Searer. Waste for turn, days. Heal. That should do some damage. You get up to body block. Take some shots at the main threat. It's a new creation. Yeah. I got cursed. Can I die? There it goes. Oh, this is gonna hurt. The misbegotten creation collapses on its side. Its flesh immediately starts to bubble and decay. It was not a stable creation, made using proper Shaper practices. It is better dead. This region will be far safer now. Of course, after I... handle all of these threats. Let's get a heal out on you. Man, Firebolt does a lot of damage. Okay, you go ahead and move in. Start clearing out the Thads. Go ahead and get in behind. Not worth the expense, don't think. And as well do War Blessing. For 4 turns, gives bonus to hit and damage. Wait, actually, the Cone of Fire would be good here. Firebolt. Yeah, and continue working through our foes. Hopefully that'll be the extent of it. Going on here, shackles. Sleeping pads. Oh, there's another bed. Check. And will that be it? There might be more. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's a little thing here. Let's see. 9 action points. Ow. Only catch one. So you can just hit that. Can move there. Can't stop me from casting on you. Oh, nice. Fire breath doesn't do really fire. There's something on your face with pain. Alright, let's go ahead and get healed up on you, I think. Yes. Still full. Ah, another canister. Some description. And chitin armor. Better against physical than my pet stuff. Thorn baton I can sell off. Ice crystal. More living tools. And thorns. Fork, flint and steel, teacup. Canister, giving me the ability to create a Thad. Yes, please. Alright, Rogues of Watch Hill East. So I think I can go back to talk to Kobar. Oh, there's more. Back. Cow. Move up. And cow. Oh, there are a few worn illegible words carved into the wall here. What about that? Pow. Oh, there's more. That's what I'm doing! Unless you're suggesting that I not use a Thad. Anyway. So, it's only that one guy. Let's skip turns. Get people moving up. Come on up, guy. You're not gonna. Looks like there's some bread there. Bread, rope, bowl, cask of some sort. I have to look around this place. And I have one more essence. Let's... Oh, I need 2 essence for that. Okay. Still full. No idea if that's actually valuable. Sticks. Rope and sticks. Can at least go grab bread. Bread. Food on Susia Island is rough and simple, but it's enough to sustain life. Use food to eat it, and you will gain a bit of health. My thoughts on the current tabletop scene. Frankly, I haven't been involved in anything since about the time COVID started. There's still a few Thads wandering around. Where are you? Here you are. It's like I haven't even kept up with like new releases of Pathfinder, and Pathfinder First Edition was my shit. Before I ended up falling into Jump Chain. And frankly, I have no reason to leave Jump Chain behind. Hammer. Because it basically fulfills Pentel to the northeast and Crag Valley to the north. Because Jump Chain basically fulfills my build autism much better than... Oh, hey, we have non-hostiles. Pathfinder ever did, because the issue with Pathfinder character building is you can only do so much of it. And I'm not... Yeah, I mean, I would guess that they went for a lighter tone with the second edition, because that seems to be the way that, like, 5e is going. Especially with the latest thing with the orcs who are not orcs. Anyway, Pathfinder character building, as I was saying. Basically, I would build a lot of characters, but I don't like theory crafting if I'm not gonna be likely to use the character. Let's see, Watch Hill. There's a servile settlement out here, an island of peace and a sea of rogues. An old obelisk has been dragged here, sanded down and carved the words Elhroth's Keep. The keep itself is more of a burrow descending into the hill to the south. The passage has been stored up with fresh logs, and servile guards are kept stationed on either side, armed and ready to fend off hungry intruders. And there's a settlement over there. Yeah, it's like, as far as 5e, I've just... It's the usual deal of... everything's just kinda... Getting sanded down. There's no edge at all. It's just sad. Yeah. So what's up with you? Cirula. You meet an old servile hermit. Her skin is papery and her robes are tattered. However, she moves with the precision and strength of an old warrior. Her motions would be more fitting to a guardian than an aging creation. She looks up at you. Greetings, Shaper. I am Cirula. I'm sure you have a reason for disrupting my privacy. I prefer to keep to myself. Why do you live out here? I am a private being. I wish for you to respect it. My disagreements with Vakiri are my own business. Are there any others living out here in the wilderness? Yes. Tell me about settlements around here. Will it make you leave faster? Fine. Vakiri is west. You have been there. Elhar's keep is south. There is wisdom there. Pentel is northeast. Casgil is far to the east. You will like the former. The latter will not like you. That's all. Okay. Leave you to your business. What's this? Nothing. I guess let's talk to Elhra. Let's see. Experience still a while off. Could go for stealth. No. Awakened guard. The entrance to this fort is watched by a servile guard. It is a young male at the peak of his strength, wielding an old, indented, but still usable sword. He watches you with the expected fear and uncertainty. Welcome, Shaper, to our fort. I wish you well, he says. He does not seem surprised by your presence. News of your arrival on Susia Island has traveled ahead of you. Who lives in this fort? This is the home of Elhra, founder of the Awakened. He has told us that you are welcome here. No harm is meant to you as long as you come in peace. Tell me about this place, about him. He is the wisest among us. News of your arrival came to us. I know he wants to meet you. We are to let you by. I have another question. Is there anything I should know about this region? As you entered the warren to the northwest, things have been peaceful. Thank you for your help. I know Vakiri is to the west, and yeah, Pentil to the north, to the northeast, and then the... Alright, so... I think I'll head back. Finish off this last straggling Thad. There you are. Yay! More XP. Anyway. Uncover. Also, where do you new people come from? Because, I mean, usually I'm just like... I'm seeing some new names here. Joseph and Matthew. Let's see, let's go back to Kiri. I don't know. Apparently, 5th edition is the one you can find you're most likely to find people playing. But as I've said, I haven't been on the. I haven't done any tabletop stuff in ages. Let's go talk to the leader. Hi. I found the rogues to the east were being greeted by some sort of huge spawning thing. I killed it. You have done well! You have assisted us. As equals, we will pay you in kind for your trouble. Kobar hands you a pouch. You look inside, and it's filled with tiny, well-worn gold coins, all over a century old. What could have created that thing you found? It was odd. Strange events are happening on Susia. We don't know how to deal with them. I hope you can understand these events, because we can't. If you wish to learn more about what is happening, you should go east. However, there's another way in which we could help us. Again, for fair pay. How else can I help you? You should speak with Elhara, if you have not already. I need to get a message to him, but I can't endanger my people on the eastern road. He gives you a scroll. Take this to his keep to the southeast. When this is done, I will pay you again. And when you meet Elhara, you should speak with him. You may not think that a servile can be wise. If so, I think you will be surprised. Ah, we're at. Oh, was it in the 4chan thread? No. Or was it, like, earlier in the main thread? Hey, more XP. And I could create another... Okay. I guess it just happens to catch people who would normally miss the thread messages. They leave here are the stream announcements I put into the thread near. Oh, nice. Strong control over 3 Fiora. My legion of dinosaurs continues to grow. Let's go back to watch. Oh, right, I need to be at the... I need to get to the edge. Keep trying to WASD. And now we can head into the fortress. Oh! And the way has been cleared. Huh. Weird. I'm gonna go to the keep. This is a friendly settlement. You are able to rest. Oh. You enter the keep of Elhara. This is yet another Shaper ruin, probably barracks for the island's soldiers. The serviles here have done a good job of restoring it. The crumbling stone floor has been torn up and replaced with wood. Many of the Shaper tapestries on the walls have been painstakingly restored. As you enter, you feel the eyes of many armed serviles on you. You are welcome here, but you doubt they will tolerate any trouble. If you pass the guards, one of them says, or as you pass the guards, one of them says, "Welcome, Shaper, to the home of the awakened. Elhara awaits." He points to the south. That'll be him. Oh, that's Swan. This is the most imposingly armed and armored of the serviles you have met so far. He wears a heavy iron breastplate, and a large blade hangs from his belt. When you approach, he sizes you up, an astonishingly insolent gesture for a servile. With a little nod of approval, he says, "I am Swan, awakened, commander of the keep." Or, "I am Swan Awakened, commander of the keep. I train serviles in the military arts." Tell me about the awakened. I can, but I will not. It is not my place. Not with Elhara nearby. Swan points to the south. I teach about mirror weaponry. He teaches freedom. What sort of training do you provide? I teach serviles the ways of war. I also know some tricks that might help you, Shaper. Though I am but a servile, I've learned much in my many years of fighting here. Can you teach me? I'm afraid not. I only share my deadliest knowledge with my fellow awakened. How do serviles fight here? Desperately, with a mix of our own weapons and Shaper artifacts. Some use mundane weapons, swords and javelins. Some use living weapons of the Shapers, batons that fire thorns. Some serviles have learned to breed the batons and grow plants that produce thorns as fruit. A rare few use crystals and wands. They are Shaper artifacts, powerful stones and staves, which unleash powerful magic. These are hoarded and only used in great danger, as we can't make more. I'm impressed by your ingenuity in learning how to fight. I'm glad that you feel that way. Not all of our kind will be so tolerant. Or your kind. Training you provide. Teach me. The question, what battles have you fought recently? Of late, our foes have been limitless. There have been the rogues coming out of Watch Hill, the roamers of the Thorny Fens, and worst of all, Warp the Vlish. Tell me about Watch Hill. Thank you for settling the mystery of the rogues coming out of Watch Hill. From now on, we know to watch for fresh spawners and destroy them immediately. Tell me about the Thorny Fens. They're east of here, just north of the water. It is a region between here and Pentil, full of roamers. They are particularly cunning. They stalk their prey, waiting until enough additional roamers show up, and then they pounce. Tell me about Warp. Warp is a Vlish. The Vlish are particularly intelligent creations used for communication and reconnaissance. That lives in a ruin in Crag Valley. The Warp is powerful, free of mind, mad, and hates us. It can charm my warriors and eat them while they stand there mindless. It can control roamer servants with its minds, and it sends them to feed on us. We have tried to kill it many times. It always evades. One day it will make a mistake. One day I will make a mistake. It will steal my mind and devour me. Can you help me destroy Warp? Elfra and I disagree on this issue. He has an old Shaper weapon which might help destroy Warp, but you would have to be very convincing to ever get him to tell you about that. That's all he has to say. So wander through. This book is full of speeches describing the beliefs and views of the awakened. Serviles come to these halls to hear sermons about their beliefs. The writers are full of gratitude and respect for the Shapers who made the Serviles. The demands for respect and independence are very politely made. Yet, most Shapers, if they read this book, would immediately burn the awakened settlements to the ground. Guard is serious about following orders and pays no attention to you. Same deal with him. The passage here is caved in. The Serviles have not gotten around to excavating it. Can't move any further. Storage courtyard, Swan's Hall. Can I access that? I can. Leave it alone for now. Get a bit more security on the next level up. Not yours. Pipe, makeup, comb. Not mine. I haven't find anything of potential value. I already have chitin armor. Stun resistance. So, that. Oh, there's another lectern. Large meeting hall. You have learned about awakened wishes. Entries already. Okay. Here's the courtyard. With a lot of nothing to see. This section of the keep has not been restored by the awakened. The original stone floors are still here, slowly crumbling. At least the ceiling hasn't caved in yet. Oddly, the passages are icy cold. The thick frost on the floor indicates no serviles have been back here for a while. More bricks. So this is something to explore in a little bit. Bricks. Nothing to see here. And a store. Crafts merchant. This section of the keep is dedicated to commerce. Several merchants have come here to buy and sell wares, both servile made and Shaper artifacts. This merchant is pleased to have your attention. Greetings, Shaper. It is an honor to meet one of your powerful and wise order. May I interest you in some of my humble wares? Don't care about that, then. Could sell bread. Or not. Yeah, thorns and thorn batons can go. It is quite funny. Actually, is my... Okay, good. The chat overlay is functional. Javelin, he does not care about javelins. Cloak can go, but he doesn't care. And what can I buy from you? Let's say no to more living tools. Chainmail vest would be very nice. Shielding band. That's all for now. Inventory. I don't have... So I could buy a ring. Shielding band gives a bit of physical and armor, or armor, physical and magic, and I could actually afford it. Prices are very expensive. You, supplies merchant. I would like to sell something. You don't want anything I have. I don't really care about anything you have. Arms merchant. Same deal. Spray crystal, icy crystal, javelins, thorns. Nothing of any particular interest then. Nothing to pick up. Where is our guy? Large meeting hall of the awakened. There's our guy. He's even got a fancy chair and a desk. Is that not mine? Yeah, that vase isn't mine. You meet Elhara, the leader of Serviles, revered by them for his wisdom. To your eyes, he's not exceptional. He's strong, sure, and armed with a sword, but he is no more imposing than any other Servile you have met. He is neither old nor scarred, yet he is unusual. When he looks at you, he stares you straight in the eye. He shows no fear. He knows that Shapers could destroy his people in a minute if they wanted to, and yet he refuses to grovel. Welcome, Shaper, to our home. I desire words with you. I am Azathuul. Thank you for welcoming me to your fortress. As you speak, the Servile looks for hints of your intentions. Your friendly greeting relaxes him. I am Elhara, founder of the Awakened. Since I heard of your arrival on our isle, I have eagerly awaited your visits. We have long feared the return of your kind. We Serviles were forced to think for ourselves, and we look forward to sharing what we have learned. Why is this so important to you? Because there are 3 united settlements of Serviles on Susia. Not all of us are Inutile. Most of us are thoughtful creatures. All of us fear the Shapers. All will be trying to win your favor, get your help. I will tell you our ways to convince you that favoring us is the just path. I have a message here from Vakiri. I'm glad you can spare the time to help our kind. He takes the message, reads it, and laughs. I must be honest with you, the message is of no importance. It is a trick to get you here so that we can speak. Vakiri wants you to learn of the Awakened. I want to know more about you guys. What's up? Glad to hear it. The meaning of my entire life is to tell you more of our sect and our beliefs. I'm glad that you have come to speak with me before supporting a different sect. I'm sure you find that our views are the wisest on Susia Isle. What do the Awakened believe? The Shapers created us. You are our parents. However, while we will always be grateful to you, we should not be your slaves. We wish to deal with you as intelligent beings and as equals. We believe in fair trade for goods and services. For anything we give you, we expect fair compensation, and for anything we take from you, we will pay. We believe that we and the Shapers can live in peace and mutual support. Most of all, we want peace and dignity. Let's see. Interesting, your views are noted. You have done well for yourselves, but we Shapers can't remake our entire society and beliefs for the sake of your little tribe. Surprisingly, your views make sense. I never realized before I came here that Serviles can support themselves. It's a lesson we learned at great cost, but learn it we did. You are the first Shaper most of us have ever met. That we can convince you gives me a real hope for the future. Well, as much I would like to learn about this island. So do we all. Susia Island is full of mysteries. What interests you? I'm looking for a boat. I want to escape this island. I can understand that, but I can't aid you. I do not know where a boat is. You might try searching the villages to the east, but their beliefs are very backwards. Why did the Shapers abandon this island? We know that it was cruel, abandoning us the way you did, but we do not know what caused it. Speak with the learned pinner in Valkyrie. She may be able to help you learn more. I found many strange canisters on this island. They make me stronger. He looks at you carefully. He seems worried by what he sees. I can see you need the strength they give you. It must be necessary to survive the dangers here. However, they are changing you in ways I do not understand. It frightens us. You look cold and strange, and you glow in a soft, strange way. Use them if you must, but be careful. Do you have any canisters I can use? He sighs. If you wish to take the risk, who am I to judge? I think there is one in the ruins we have not reclaimed. I saw it some years ago. It has a label. For poison and other afflictions. We have not been back there in those tunnels. In some time, some rogues have infiltrated them. Another question. About the island, I would like to speak with you about this region. You mean Valkyrie lands? Yes, the territory of the Awakened. We have been in much danger recently. What would you like to know? Are you being attacked by rogues? It is impossible to travel around here and not know the answer to that. After you purged Watch Hill, we entered and found the remains of that strange creation spawner. We have no idea who might have made such a cruel horror. We hope that you can find them and make them stop. What villages are near here? I've already been to Valkyrie, the wisest and strongest of the servile outposts. Pentil is to the east. You can go there by traveling east from here or north from Watch Hill. Both routes get you there eventually. The path to the east is full of dangerous rogues. Pentil is occupied by the Obeyers. They worship your kind to an extent that upsets me. Farther east is Kazg, home of the Takers. They hate Shapers. Be warned. What other serviles live in these lands? There are Enutile, of course. Not all serviles are fit to live a civilized life in a sect. Some are peaceful, some are brigands. Some become brigands. It is very subtle, but something is troubling him. Tell me more about the Enutile. Not all are brigands. Some are simple folk, and some they live near. They trouble us. Ask Swan about it. This has been his concern. I think that's all I need. Continue looking around. Filling out the map. Switch there. Yeah. Stuff. Alone. Heavy boots are not mine. Would be an improvement. Leave it alone. Alright. Off into the unclaimed parts of these ruins to find our next canister. Here's a cold Fiora. Ow. That hurt a lot. How dare you? Move up. Up. Oof. Okay. Hero number 3. I'm numb. And... oh, I need more shaping skill to make another. Oh well. Cost, can I afford it? Yes. And... I cannot eat just yet. Cages, huh? Ow. Back through healing pod. There's the canister. Alright. Go get that canister. See what happens. Cure affliction. Reduces the duration of all affliction. Let's take it. Essence pod, healing pod. Don't want to waste healing spores, but I guess I can use an essence pod. It just peeks out. Aha! Got the right one. I have enough to top off the other one. And got the wrong one. Oh well. You know, probably should have done it like that. Skip my guys forward. Here it is. Get on it. There. Skip. Move up. Back. Terrified. Ah, right. Can't do anything. Skip. Damn. Well. Nice. Anything of value in here? Okay, there's a web. Oh, there's a robe there. Maybe. Corpse. Crystal. A bronze sword. Carrying spores. And more chitin armor. Considering the Fiora that are around. Don't have enough to make another. Night haste. Fortified around here. Blocked off. Should probably out of time. Okay. Patch to the south is icy cold. There are sets of servile tracks in the frost sign that says awakened only. Okay. Let's save that for later. Back here. It's like a servile has been sleeping back here. Guard is very sleepy, but he's not lazy enough to miss you. He looks like he was just napping. Oh, you're not supposed to be back here. Prove you can be back here or else. Well done, Servile. You do the awakened proud. I will commend you to Elhra instead of telling him you were sleeping at your post. He's confused, flattered, and nervous. Confusion once out, so he returns to his post. Seems to be back there. Junk. What's that? Oh, I have a suspicion that this is a guarded passage. The weapon mentioned by Swan for the intelligence creation that's been fucking with them. This point just switches. Hiss. Chris the cryo. There's a cryo huddled in the corner. It's trembling, even though these creations are immune to cold. It seems on the edge of going fully rogue. There's a carved name tag hanging from its neck. It says Chris. The survivors must have tried to train it, and it ran away. It holds something in one of his claws. It's small and glitters. Hello there, he hisses at you. Angry at first, but then it trails off. Chris, you need to return to your master. It stares at you confused. First, you aren't able to get it to understand your meaning. You meet its gaze and concentrate. Using your training, you can send a mental picture of your intention. Chris hisses quietly and makes a sort of shrugging motion. You manage to calm it down, and it leaves. Okay. I guess if it works. Yeah. Nothing there. Let's hit this switch. Only one living tool. That's good. And miscellaneous supplies. Another bronze sword, a speed pod, and some curing things. That's not anything. Nothing over here. Okay. Let's see, aside for like these. Oh, that one just opened. Oh, nice. And there's just some trash around. Where does this lead? Seems to be locked. Frick. Alright, well, we got some stuff to sell off. I think we need to talk to Swan. Special items, Tusk, Journal, Docs, Codex. So, do you want these? Curing spores. Can't get rid of the stone blocks. I think you had... yeah, the shielding band. Chainmail vest would also be nice, but the hit would not be. Spores, pods would be nice. Look at the shielding band. Because that is a slot I have not filled. I can sell the other chitin armor. And back to Swan. Actually, there's a cabinet up here. A couple of them. Not mine. And... do any Inutile live near here? Interesting. You managed to make Swan nervous. He says, there are Inutile everywhere on Susia Island. Not all Serviles care to join a sect. Some of them may have found their own ways, done things, experiments. Experiments with shaping, that can be very dangerous, even to peaceful Serviles who happen to live nearby. Swan thinks very hard about this. I know there is danger. I need to decide. He sighs. I curse my weakness, but there is a door in the ruins to the east. I can control it. If you approach it now, it will open. I can't say what is beyond, but I can only trust your wisdom. Please excuse me. Okay. That'll work. Let's see. That's all blocked off. I guess let's head to the east. Although I think I can take this opportunity to... wander back to Vakiri. Yeah, top off my things. Let's see, so Cryo can't make a Thad. Would be level 5. Large, clumsy humanoids, thick bones, strong muscles, small internal organs, and tiny brains. They make good melee creature, but sad tendency to get confused. Then the volatile are short-lived. They explode when they die, and they're really happy about it. An Artilla, a long, multi-segmented, physically fragile worm. Their ability to spit a long lance of searing acid makes them useful in battle. You will, however, have to take pains to protect them. Didn't mean to do that. Approaching the next level. Alright, let's get Fiora number 2, fast recovery and cone of fire. And tempted to put together a Thad. Essence 6. Charge. Riposte. Criticals. That bring me to adequate control. Stunning bash. Drop would reduce control. Let's do with that. There we go. Line formation. T formation. Which of course has me at the front because... Oh. Oh! That'll do. Hell yeah. Just learned a thing. How is control is strong for the Fiora, adequate for the Thad. Let's go ahead and head back out. Leave the region, wander back to Elhra, and find out what Swan has been doing in the abandoned ruins. Okay, so it's the Inutile village. Refuge, You enter a secluded green region of Susia Island, just off the south coast. A gravel path leads ahead. Someone is living out here. Look around for a hint of who is ahead. Your only clue is a sign that says Refuge. As the path curves around, you can see it is defended with mines. Whoever lives here loves their privacy. I wonder what that does. Pull the lever! Don't have enough mechanics to get it to work. Some big old mushrooms. Alright. Okay. Can I walk next to him? Nope. Mortally wounded, your power drained, you fall to the ground. One of the many threats of Susia Island has claimed you. Without you to intervene, the secrets and conspiracies of the island come to a head. Deadly forces pour out of this tiny island, and your people are forced to fight a devastating, terrible war. None of this matters to you, of course, because you're dead. Let's see. Autosave. 14. Okay, good. There was a save right before. Thank God for autosave. So let's not. Guess maybe I can talk to Swan again, if I can figure out where he is. There he is. Training, can you provide? Can you teach me? No. Actually. Well, I do need to return to Valkyria to get the reward for talking to Elhra. I didn't get any extra quests there, which is weird. Wow. Keep moving. Septa. You're awakened. Hi. I delivered the message. I expect to be paid for my time. Excellent. The message was not as important as meeting Elhra. We all have much to learn from him. Still, here you are. The more you learn of the strange things on the island, the more relieved we are that a Shaper has arrived. Yay, more coin. And more XPs. I mean, I'll see if I can attack the mines from range. I just have doubts. Because I tried with the Fiora. And that didn't go along. That's the Intel Village. Will that pop me out? Yeah, it did. Got that message. Nope. Nope. Can I firebolt them? No. Ice crystal. Doesn't do anything. Fairy wand won't do anything. Cure days. What's interesting is creations don't trigger the mines. So maybe... God damn it. Oh. So if I can just heal through this. F fed, wander out. Oh yeah, there's a guy there. There goes my creations. Alright, filling pod. Don't seem to be hostile. Try to trigger one at a time. That continue. Ah, you find a small servile village. It's not organized or defended like Vakiri. It's dirty and crude, much closer to what you would have expected a servile village to be like until you came here. Undernourished creations skulk around. When they see you, they shudder and shuffle away. You realize who's living here. Inutile serviles. Back home, these serviles are those who are rogue, damaged, or somehow unable to serve the Shapers. Their fates vary depending on the kindness of their masters. Here, they have been left to hide out here. To hide out and fend for themselves. Alright. And there's a whole bunch of things to fight over there. I'm very much not equipped to deal with. And just enough. Alright, I think that's a good enough reason to not go that way. So I know it's over there. Let's go back to Watch Hill. It looks like you can circle around in the next area. But before I do that, I'm gonna go hit the bathroom. See you in about 5 minutes. And it occurs to me that I should probably have a message up for when I'm taking a bio break. Second. Display image, scene. Next. Break. Let's see. Text transform, vertical, background color. Background opacity. There we go. Now I'll put that there. Turn it off now that I'm back. Anyway, but yes, the intended path will be through there. As we'll leave the region. Oh wait, no, I think I want to go north. Because north is apparently the less dangerous option. And there's a random Thad for no reason. Here, get my Thad buddy. There. And XP gained. Where to leave Crag Valley. Alright, wasn't east? That was. Whatever. Dirty Fen! We immediately have friends. You notice that one of the nearby shrubs has bunches of long, wicked thorns growing out of it. Thorn clumps look familiar. Might merit a closer look. The thorn baton is a favorite weapon of the Shaper. The batons themselves are living things, extremely long-lived animals nestled in a metal frame. The thorns they fire are grown in bushes, much like this one. The plants are very hardy, they grow thorns at a good rate, and they are, in general, an excellent sample of Shaper biological engineering. Use the thorn bush to search for red thorns. Okay. Cool. Reapers. Shapers grow these thorns on specially bred bushes. They're loaded on batons. Okay. Chicken the bushes. Get out there. Yeah. Two turns. I'll get back here. Yeah. Okay. Walk out. Set out. Area like that on. Okay. Oh. Sure. Go ahead and. The Thad is gonna die. Lovely are these things? 4. That's great. Yeah, you can move up 1. Active. Just gonna heal up. Oh. I think I should have headed north. Can I escape? No. Now this matters to you, of course, because you are dead! 5 minutes ago. Yeah, it's fine. That's... Got the thorns. Let's head north, see if that's any easier. Oh. Shaper, beware the rogues! Keep alert. Hey, what's up? Servile is unwilling to meet your gaze. Dern. Whether she is afraid or hungry, you can't tell. She obscures her face with her hood. Greetings, Shaper. I Dern. Who are you? I should no talk. No talk. I fight. You talk. Forney talk. She is silent after that. Forney, the servile warrior, is very happy to meet you. He isn't surprised to see a Shaper here. News of your arrival in Susia has traveled ahead of you. Okay, I think this was the way I was meant to go. Welcome, I am Forney. I am one of the guards of this pass. I am honored that you are visiting our lonely post. As he bows to you, his robe's full open slightly. He is wearing a shiny chainmail vest. That is a beautiful chainmail. Thank you. It is Shaper artifact, passed down and carefully maintained by family. It is very good armor. Forney looks pleased. Thank you, Shaper. You are pleased to see me. I am honored to honor the Shaper. I was raised to honor the Shapers for their wisdom and for creating us. I have been taught that I must always have faith in your kind. I must follow you without question. I approve of those teachings. We created you. We know what is best for you. Thank you, Shaper. It is good to know the faith of my family has not been in vain. Another question. Why are you posted out here? My friend Dern and I are charged to keep this pass clear for travel. We are linked to the chain that connects Western Vakiri and Eastern Pentil. Of late, however, our post has been a dangerous one. Nearby lands are infested with rogues. At times they emerge and we must beat them back. It is a mystery. We do not know why so many have appeared so quickly. I think I know what is making the rogues appear. Describe the spawners. As you described the spawners, the Serviles looked terrified. Oh dear, Dern and I could never defeat that. Shaper, if you could use some of your awesome powers to destroy those who threaten your creations, we would be most grateful. Tell me more about the infestation. I'm very glad you asked, Shaper. Dern and I have spent some time scouting these woods. However, there is a ruin we have not been able to enter. Points north. The ruin is full of artilla. We never fight those things if we can avoid it. How can I get to the ruin? He is nervous, but you managed to convince him to say all he knows. It has 2 exits, one to the southeast and one on the west wall. The west entrance has very few rogues around it, while the southeast entrance is crawling with Artilla. If you can find your way to the west entrance, that might be a better way to enter. What are Artilla? Gruesome rogues that spill poison. We have no antidote for their venom. Their spray means painful death for us. I don't like poison either. Don't Shapers have magic that can cure poison? If you don't, maybe you can learn some in Elhra's Keep. I know the Awakened have scavenged some Shaper artifacts. Another question. Where can I travel from here? Due south is the Keep of Elhra, founder of the Awakened. I am an Obeyer, so I avoid that area, and west of there is Vakiri. If you leave here and head east, you will enter the Hills of Jars. Beyond that lies Pentil. That route is difficult. Sense that the Servile's... Why is it killed? You sense that the Servile is hiding something. What is it? Why is it called the Hills of Jars? Because the warrens contain many jars. What is an Obeyer? A wise sect based in Pentil. We believe that the Shapers are right and true and wise in all things. If you went to Pentil to give us your blessing, your kindness would overwhelm us. Why is the route to the east difficult? To pass there, one must go through a warren of Shaper tunnels, possibly old warehouses. Recently, all of the doors in the warren closed. We know not why, and the passage was blocked. Of course, one with awesome powers and wisdom of a Shaper would have little difficulty clearing the way for us Serviles. Why aren't you telling me, Obeyer? I am sorry, I did not want to waste your time with rumors, but we have heard that there are Inutiles hiding near here. They are peaceful, not brigands. We do not want to harm them, if they exist. I want to meet them. Heard that Elhra is hiding them. Okay. Let's see. Please see me. Why are you posted out here? Want to come with me? Shake their heads. They are obedient, but only to a point. We are sorry, Shaper. Alright. Let's just explore around. Hatchet, stick. Seems to be a little camp. Trowel, hatchet. Fruits and stuff I don't really need. And a chest. Pick it up for one living tool. And I'll just take those. Since no one is looking. Alright. I do like that there's details, like those two have their own little hut there. Yes, I believe this is the way I'm supposed to be going. Ow. 7. Take a breath. 7. Can you hit? Yes. How nice. Up a little. Smack. Nope, there's an artillery. But yeah, we're definitely starting to face stronger opponents here. Smack. Smackety, smackety. Yes. Okay. There goes my third. Okay, let's go ahead and heal up. Guys. Come on. Get up in there, shot. You are up. That takes a shot. Alright. Thinking that I might be better off with just Fiora. Several servile warriors were trapped and killed in this clearing. The bones are months old. The rogues must have hunted them down. Getting us some more stuff to sell. Belts. Student's belt. Curing spores I want. Keep old chitin armor or cloak. Something better than a cloak, actually. And otherwise than that, those consumables. And some more healing spores. Some travel to the west. The spiral burrow. Back to the Crag Valley. Ah, this will be the west wall that was talked about. There's another artilla over there. I wonder, can it even attack us from this end? Apparently not. This is a whole thing. Skulls. Something happened here. You find more Shaper ruins. It looks like this was a small shaping hall, where smaller, less important creations were produced. Only utility and defense creations from established designs. No new research. Artilla slime trails crisscross the floor. You detect a strange vinegar scent. It is an increasingly familiar odor, the strange essence being mixed on this island. Carrying and healing spores, thank you. Nothing of interest there. Hot fizzle. I can swap out my... Though the design is archaic, you recognize what this is. A power spiral. It's a carved, glowing crystal structure, hot to the touch and full of organic goop. Inside of it is a combination of plant matter, animal flesh, and essence. Little fibrous roots extend from it into the ground. It draws energy from the sun and the ground. The purpose of a power spiral is to feed energy to any nearby Shaper experiments. This spiral was left active by the Shapers on Susia Islands when they left. Its years here, however, have left it unstable. When you get close, it starts to hum and vibrate. Your mere presence is disturbing it. An old, unstable power spiral is a volatile thing. Attempt to stabilize it. Even if you had the skill and tools, which you don't, repairing the damage caused by years of neglect is impossible. Attempt to make it explode, but only after a safe distance away. It's a challenge, but your skill is up to it. A few careful blows to less sensitive areas of the apparatus does the trick. It starts to shudder faster and faster. Soon it will explode. There was a spotter on the other side of the wall from the spiral. When it explodes, the wall collapses. The flying rocks strike the spawner, crushing its insides. It topples over and the region will no longer be plagued by rogues for a while. Glad that worked out. Anyway. There's your Artilla there. Not for long, though. Okay. So, stop combat. Actually, can I level up? Not quite. I think I just need to have 3 fewer. So, strong control. I've got 4 essence left over, so I could give a couple of them a bit more health. Nah. Just leave me with some essence to heal them. Let's see. Anything of interest in here? Shaper equipment. A limb, or some remains of some poor creation. Well, to be technically correct, a portion of the gruesome remains of some poor creation. Shaper equipment. Could be useful to someone doing research, huh? Alright. Hopefully it'll be worth something. Pod, crystal, and vat boots, huh? Better equipment, stuff to sell. Bricks. Shove the Shaper equipment. I could also hit that switch. But I really don't need to. Now to fight my way out the front. Wait, actually, I have fire breath for this very reason. Yay! Anything interesting there? Nope, just a bunch of junk. Fire dinosaurs, yeah! Speaking of which, control is strong. Maybe not the best. Bad. Cure or blessing. Forward. Step in. Step in. Shut. I want to say that's it. Yeah, that's going to be worth using heal. Oh, there's an enemy visible then. Yay! And more brick. Canister protection shields all nearby allies, helping them be harder to hit and take less damage in battle. Each extra point of the skill increases the effect. I grow stronger. Let's go back and get healed up a little. Okay. There we go. There's this one. Ooh. More things. Venom baton, venom thorns, and a whip. And another canister. This time learning rack. Rack all enemies in a circular area with agonizing pain, slowing them and weakening them. Hell yeah. That was worth the investment. And there's some Baratella. On we go. Clear out this other guy. Yeah. So we're gonna find some more stuff to kill. Hey! Just what I was looking for. Another worm! Damn. Everyone's got quick actions there. Heck. Alright. No more friends there. There are two there. Get in there. Yep. Who cares about about fat fratricide? I'm a strong, independent worm who doesn't need other worms. Bunch more javelins, which may or may not sell somewhere. Find the corpse of a servile warrior. He was ambushed on patrol and the artillery cut him off. Take his boots, his money, his gun, and his armor. Go ahead, top off. Here? No. Second try. Yeah! The right one this time. Oh, I can check their stats, which means I can check their health. Which means I don't need to waste essence like that. Alright. Let's go top off on essence again. But yes, who cares about fratricide? Other worms are merely competition. Oh. What are you doing here? Either that was a verbal cure, self heal, self. And wander back up. I think that was a patrol. I don't think... I'm so close. That, Artilla respawned. Oh, wait, there's another one. Where are these guys coming from? Alright. This reads Hills of Jars, Pencil East. Ready to leave the region. And I did, in fact, clear it. Yay! Onwards to the Hills of Jars. Let's see what's going on. Alright, little campsite. Open planks. After long hours winding your way through narrow, barren valleys, you find an empty encampment. The feet of many serviles have worn a path here. They used to carry goods along this route. Nobody has been through for months, though. The path ahead leads to heavy stone doors. The entrance to an underground complex is visible in the distance. Serviles used to pass through it, and then they stopped. You wonder why. Jar with thorns. Jar with a living tool. Great. Stone blocks. Lamps, yes please. And some trash. I will save the food for when I am harmed. Oh hey. Trash. Coal. You have bidden to the west exit. Really? Fuck, what am I supposed to do here? Alright. This was once a massive Shaper supply depot. Not much of value remains. Grubby, scavenging serviles have been through many times. However, your interest is not captured by the things on the ground. With a sinking heart, you recognize the puffy, mushroom-like creations on the floor ahead. These creations are called mines, and they are very simple. When Shapers get too close, they detect your essence, and then they explode. The specimens near your feet are small. They would likely do little damage. The mines further in, though, are large and healthy. If you go near one, the burst will likely be fatal. Shaper mines are unstable and have limited lifespans. These mines must have been created very recently, but by who? Some regions of Geneforge can only be passed by using high mechanics or leadership skill. You may not be able to get through here right now. Alright. Hey! It's this mines. Shapers often control access to forbidden areas by creating mines. These puffballs are full of volatile substances. When triggered by their programmed targets coming closer, they explode. Of course, Shapers have to have ways to remove their own traps. Mines are deactivated by exposure to special spores, which can be delivered in a variety of ways. Some mines are deactivated by spore boxes hidden nearby. Some mines are detonated by crystal globes next to them. But a skilled mechanic can disarm those devices by approaching them quickly. Shapers have constructed easily portable wands that emit spores. They can disarm special mines created to be vulnerable to them. Finally, rarely, you will find mines whose deactivation mechanism has been destroyed. These mines will remain until they explode or die of old age. This device is what is known as a spore switch. When the handle on the top is twisted in just the right way, it releases spores into the air. When twisted back, it releases a different sort of spore. Using one of these devices can have unpredictable results. Spores are generally shaped to have some sort of effect on nearby creations. Shapers use these devices as control mechanisms for their simpler, dumber creations, like, say, mines or turrets. To flip the switch, use this object again. Makes a faint hissing noise. Yep. Yeah. And some more thorns. So will that have deactivated them? Well. Before. Boom. What do you expect from magical genetic or biological engineers? Will I boom? No. Excellent. But I have a feeling that these have a different mechanism. Find the body of a servile merchant. She got too close to a mine. Oh. Oh, nice. Thank you for your loot, lady. And more tools. Do another save. Boom. Ooh. Oh, seems to have gotten all of them. That's nice. Buckets. Another switch. Only one with the tool. Excellent. Hills of jars. You reach one of the main warehouses. The Shapers were, unfortunately, very thorough gathering goods before their departure. Most of the best supplies have been taken. You doubt that the Serviles have been back here yet, though. If they had, everything of value would have been scavenged. There aren't supplies, but there are guards. Someone has grown flush turrets in this room recently. You have seen many turrets in your lifetime. Shapers place them all over the place so that they can guard things they want guarded. Since you have spent so much time around them without even feeling the least bit threatened, you are surprised beyond belief when the turrets turn their thorny stalks towards you. At least they're vulnerable to fire. Come on. There we go. Holy shit. This is gonna go well. There's two down. Yeah. Nope. Oh, they don't do that much damage. Okay. There's also a lot of them. Is that calling for backup or telling me that I should really, like, try to find the switch? Let's try to get back then. Oh yeah, that hurts. Can't end combat with enemies visible. Okay, good. Cure you. So I could probably... let's not risk it. Skip. Some healing in. Wait, did I level up? Because I seem like I have more essence than I have had. Skip. Heal self. Okay. What's this do? Skip, skip, skip to my loot. Skip the lock. Open the door. Oh, hey! There's a switch! How nice. Red sleeps. Oh, did it drop? It dropped thorns for me. How nice. And yeah. So this is just a big thorn-spitting fungus. I can't communicate with you at all. Nice crystal and more living tools. Excellent. More living tools, more thorns. I wonder. Actually, no. No, let's see if I can just kill them without effort. Nope, okay. This here, 3 living tools. Door open. There's another switch. Ah, okay. Rather than just unga bunga. Yes, it did. Okay. Move back. Move back. Let's turn. Let's not be absolutely stupid. Let's switch. One living tool. Bring a bit deeper in. Oh. This is the Hall of Records for the supply depot, where goods are checked in and requisitioned. And these menial jobs were handled by the servant mind. Not unsurprisingly, this depot's servant mind was left behind. You see it in the north. It's still alive. Lectern. These thick books contain a detailed ledger of supplies which have passed through here. You find one interesting thing. The dates indicate that this complex was abandoned almost exactly 200 years ago. You find no records of Shapers placing mines or turrets. They were only placed here after the Shapers left. These thick books contain a detailed letter. One entry notes that there are 3 augmentation canisters stored here. Someone scrawled by the entry in pen, leave behind. The case contains dozens of ceramic jars. Most of them are broken, one still intact. It is full of a thick brown fluid. It's a nutrient solution used to revive aging servant minds. This could be very useful. You keep it. Special items. Mind nutrients. Detailed ledger. No records of Shapers placing mines. Office supplies. Small iron key. I got a key. You approach the servant mind. It is still alive and functioning. In fact, it's so alert and might have been fed recently. When it sees you, it is confused. Welcome, Shaper. I'm surprised to see you, and pleased. I thought there would be no more Shapers. I am servant mind Peck. What is your purpose here? I am the quartermaster of this facility. Most of my mind was formed to store vast amounts of information. My skills were put to use remembering all that was here, all that was being mixed and repaired, and all that was removed. What supplies here might be useful to me? Oh, many, many things, Shaper. I can equip you with many powerful items. He starts to list off weaponry, rations, and so on. However, it's soon clear that his information is out of date. He has not been told that practically everything has been looted. Eventually, you tell him to stop his recitation. I could use a boat. I'm sorry, Shaper. A boat would not fit this complex. Try looking at the main docks. There to the southwest. No doubt is referring to the place where you swam ashore. Do you know why the Shapers left here? No, Shaper. I am sorry. They left a lot of strange devices behind. Yes, I don't know what they are. We mixed essence and other substances here, then they were taken away. I don't know what was made with them. Another question. Why are mines and turrets placed here? Back looks uncomfortable. Its tiny, useless limbs flop about worldly. There was one who came here with guards, a human. He said he was an envoy from the Shapers. He said that I must place defenses to protect all of our supplies. I did so. Please forgive me if that was against the true will of the Shapers. The Shapers do not want these things here. Deactivate them immediately. He closes his eyes for a moment, and then opens them. It is done, Shaper. These paths are clear. Tell me about the human. He was no Shaper, but he said he was. I'm sorry, Shaper. I'm only good for remembering, not analyzing personal character. He had 2 guards with him, well armed. One of them said his name, and he seemed angry. What happened to these people? I placed the mine somehow. I didn't see them do it. I was here. Then they left and didn't return. What was the name? I'm sorry, Shaper. He ordered me to forget the name. I couldn't. I already stored it. So he ordered me to never to retrieve it. I commend you. Tell it to me. As a Shaper, I outrank all non-Shapers. I commend you to ignore all orders given by non-Shapers. Tell me the name. He thinks about this. Processing your logic is difficult for the simple creature. I cannot let you affect protected memories, but I can let you affect orders. So all such orders are forgotten. Now, what did you want? Oh yes, the name. The name of the human who commanded me was Trezhkov. Very interesting. You make a note of it. Other question. Surface here. Shapers left here. It's up. Nice. And I think that got me a level. Hell yeah! Let's get fire shaping up 1 since I'm focusing on that. Mechanics as well. We'll get mechanics up to 5. Now then. I still have strong control over my Fiora. Excellent. I have 6 essence, so I could upgrade all of them, some in a particular way. Double damage. Potentially. I can't say for certain, as this is my only playthrough. More strength for melee damage, magical skill for ranged damage, or endurance. Adequate control. But that would give it more health. And there would be the issue that all of them would... Yeah, I think I'll keep my essence for now. Okay, I think I got everything here. So now I don't need to worry about the traps. I'm very glad I told him to... Okay, good. Hey, more tools. Now that I have that key, I wonder if that goes to this door. Hey, it did! Excellent. Nothing in here? Seems to be a mixing chamber of some sort. Some stuff to pick up. Ah, here we are. What's this? Oh. My heal will now be stronger. Excellent. Wooden tools, essence pods. Can't say no to that. Man, that's going to be useful. So, let's see here. Suppose I can head through here. Avoid all the turrets. What does the switch do? much loot. Oh, I love it. Chainmail vest. Improvement on chitin armor. Sandals. Hatchets. Steel javelin. Tongs. Trash. Healing pods. Some junk bag. Okay. Basically, there's stages of... Basically, if you're like an agent or a guardian or whatever, then I think you still have some of the changes made through... that are made to Shapers, but you aren't, like, properly trained. Ooh. Free mechanics level. Holy shit. This is so good. Hit this switch. So it's here. More mines. Some husks. And another... Oh, Great Thad level 2. I guess my Thads are going to be stronger then. Neat. If I ever decide to create any more. Living tool, iron sword. God, that's loud. Dried flowers and tranquil thorns. Yeah, looks like the flowers are pretty unique. And living tool. So many lockpicks. Healing pods. Huh. And there's an area here. First, let's hit this switch. Oh, and that would have deactivated. Would have been another chance to deactivate the turrets. See what's through here. I have keys, so I don't even need to use... Please blow up on me. You find the body of a surveil guard. He was trapped in here and couldn't find a way past the mines, starving to death. Poor guy. Your stuff is mine. Let's see. More tools. Yes, please. I do appreciate having access to more loot. It's through here. Okay, that would have been a chance to deactivate the... It's the other end, looks like. Huts full of meal. Living tools. Man. So much loot. It makes my heart aflutter. Or it sets my heart aflutter. Yes, that's how you say it. Rubble. I have so many living tools, it's so great. I have so many keys for loot. Before I leave, I should continue filling in the map. So good. Lamp. Bones and thorn baton, shaper equipment, shaper equipment. I'm assuming that the shaper equipment is actually worth something to someone. Maybe. A chair. More switches. Trash. Weird thing is I'm not finding any hostiles. I'd expect some. Some rogue creations or something, but I guess it's just the turrets. Turrets. Oh. Eh. More lamp. More lockpicks. How wonderful. Gotta say, mechanics has saved me a lot of trouble. Some mushrooms aren't. And no, I still have some places to explore. Potential loot to gather. All will be mine. Okay, another switch. More mines. What all is in here? Trash, shackles, whips. And another trapped servile. The tunic. Discs, another stitch. Things for the loot bag. Alright. That is that. Pretty sure I've cleared the Jar Hills. Getting a nice pile. Okay, so, and then the south is Thorny Fen. Anything in there? Nope. Let's head to the east. Finally meet our good friends. Of course, it's blocked off by doors. And then go meet our very, very friendly servile friend buddies. Go on. Off to Pentel Plains. This wide valley is surprisingly sunny and pleasant. It's dotted with separate, carefully marked plots of land. These produce the vegetables, which are the staple of the servile diet. However, the arrival of the rogues has not been kind to this area. The crops are clearly neglected and have, in places, been torn up by the invaders. No serviles work the fields. You hear the distant lowing of confused, abandoned orcs. The village of Pentil is larger and more affluent than Vakiri. The smallest village to the west has far less crapland. Not seeing any rogues just yet. There's one. Hey, buddy. That's alarm, huh? Yeah, that is a tough head. Not seeing any friends. Skip, skip, skip. Top off. You. And get going. Oh, there was another Thad there. This demoralized servile warrior says that you should speak with Chesh, sitting by the fire. Oh. There's Siege Thad. Pretty sure I've been fighting Thadlings up to now. Damn. Meat. Some javelins. What's in here? Is that just shovel? Chesh. Hey. What's in here? The ice crystal and some thorns. This band of survivors is exhausted and demoralized. Their leader does his best to appear confident, as his warriors are ready to break and flee at any moment. Though he is almost asleep at his feet, his energy returns when you approach. He puts his hand on the pommel of his sword and drops to his knees and bows his head. I had not even dared to hope. I had heard the rumors, but I welcome you, Shaper. I place myself and my men at your disposal. I'm Chesh, Blade of Pentil. He stands again. We are isolated, trapped and separated from our home. Our losses have been great. Now that you're here, the tide will turn. What is this place? These are the fields where Pentil grows all of its food, or it was, until the rogues swept in from the north and blocked the city gates. Now it is a ruin, eagerly awaiting the wisdom of the Shapers to set it right. Tell me of Pentil. It is the mightiest servile settlement. We are the only ones who have remembered you and stayed true to our duty. Where are all the rogues from? The warrior shakes his head. We do not know. Once Susia Island was peaceful and prosperous. A few years ago, the rogues started to come, and they kept coming more and more. Now they come in hordes. Another question. I am low on supplies and require assistance. Chesh does not hesitate for a moment. Please, Shaper, take anything of value in our camp. It is an honor to assist you. He says this, though it is clear they need weaponry more than you do. You are kind. Thank you for your help. Oh, right. But Shaper, what is it? Ours is yours. Yes. Tell me your troubles. The west gate of Pentil is to the northeast. However, it is blocked. There are many rogues there in a defensive position. We aren't strong enough to defeat them. Describe their forces to me. It will sound maker to your ears, Shaper, perhaps. 10 Thads and half a dozen Artilla. The Thads provide a buffer, while the Artillas sear any who approach. Why do you wait? Why don't you clear the gate? He inspects you, ready, trying to gauge how strong you are. His faith in you is great, but not absolute. We will, Shaper, but not yet. As I said, they are strong. Perhaps we might dislodge them, but it will ruin us, a cost we can't afford. Of course, with your help, we could slay the rogues easily. You will have my assistance. I will be with you. Attack the gate now. He examines you again. He thinks for a bit. Finally, he says, Shaper, I thank you for being so kind. We will attack the gate soon, as soon as our wounds are healed. You aren't holding your breath. They are pitiful and terrified. Let's see. What is this place? Load supplies. Tell me your troubles. I think it's better to let them heal. Oh, more Thads. I've already eliminated 2. Three. Cup. Okay, other one went off to the north. Do 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 do. Where'd you go? There you are. Damn it. So shortcut F5, huh? Yeah, I think that uses less. 8 to 20 versus 11 to 23. So Cone of Fire is actually better. Okay. Smick. Runs closer. Raises the alarm. Okay. There they are. Not quite. Yeah, 2 ahead. Although I think I find it funny that the AoE ability is so strong compared to the basic attack, but I almost think that's kind of intentional. Because it's supposed to have a cooldown. Built properly, it doesn't. That guy. Alright. You go ahead and heal. Okay. Oh, more Thads up there. From here, you can see the west approach to Pentel has been blockaded. There's a mob of Thads and Artillas. They sit there, patiently waiting. Survivals have tried to break through the crowd before. Scorched earth and bones show how that story has ended. Though they are mere creations, simple creations at that, even you will have a hard time dealing with this mob. Or will I? 2 up. There. Move up there. And they've got longer range. But I should be able to move up here. Here. Good angle. Boom, boom. Up. Make one more. Assholes. Oh, hello, baby. Don't knock over my microphone, okay? Silly little fluff butt. 7. Let's see here. I think I should just use a cure pod. This crystal meat, healing spore, resistance pod. Curing spores. There we go. And I'll use that one. You've shattered the ranks of the rogues. Pencil will easily be able to lift the blockade now. This area has been freed. But I haven't killed everything yet. Skip. Skip. I think I only have enough essence for a heal here. I've cleared 10 zones. I've killed enough stuff out here. To have officially cleared the zone. A couple more thads up here. Spew your fire. Spew your flames. Skip. Skip. Get a chance to get closer and get beat up. Yeah. There's another orc. Some skulls. There is a door here. Simply a storeroom. Alright. Let's go back and talk to those guys. Hello, you're just a fluffy little girl. Yes, you are. Just a cutie. Tell me your troubles. Oh, I guess I can't. So let's take the opportunity to look around. Take anything that seems valuable. Several dead serviles lost in recent combat have been placed here. The bodies have been stripped of weapons and carefully arranged. It's my water. Gotta put you down. But I can take their armor. Actually, put all that in my trunk bag and sell it. Alright. Pin. Clear the area, make sure there's nothing sitting around that shouldn't. Couple more tools, a little bit of money, a couple of hatchets. Trying to do a proper job of exterminating all the rogues. Several servile farmers lived in this moist chamber. From the looks of things, it's been abandoned for months. Thank you for the stuff. Explorers, healing pod, and copper discs. Sandals. A belt. It's kind of been living in caves, I see. And door with the switch. One living tool. Hey, nobody has been in this locked storeroom. You would guess the island was abandoned. The floor is littered with unidentifiable bones of long-lost creations. And this will give me Cure Affliction. Abilities. Healing Craft. Cure Affliction 2. Nice. Or Blessing Protection 1. And just a nice little place full of stuff. So, let's see what's to the north. And then to the east. And there's another. Where are these guys coming from? I guess. Fine. So I gotta come back and there's still just a few more things. Oh. Mushrooms. Could have looked in those. On we go. This dude got a robe and his 3 fire dinosaurs. Let's see. Nothing else to peek through. Bag of meal. Bag of meal. Back to the sign in the north. I could probably also knock out those orcs for a little bit more XP, but it's back again. Are there just that many wandering around that I missed? So I'm getting XP for each one. But enough distractions. Pentil to the east. Rogue wastes to the north. Beware. Yeah, in the southwest, the thorny fens. This was a guard post for the village of Pentil. It was abandoned and then ransacked. Iron sword, fiery wand. Corpse. Stuff for the selling. And a bunch of trash. Like, literally. Limbs. Iron swords. Steel gauntlets. As opposed to gauntlets. Take those. Hatchet. Some valuables up here. A vase. Some leather. A shielding band. More limbs. Alright, and onwards into Pentil. Yep. Pentil. Find Pixley and meet the Obeyers. Keep moving, they say to me. The servile guard was completely obedient, cooperative, and in awe of you. However, he doesn't know anything useful. Oh well. Damn. Actually, I have like a proper setup and everything. Walls. Pick the lock. Anybody see? Take their stuff since nobody's watching. saw. Keep watching. Keep alert. They are watching. So blanket, bedroll, and stuff that's not mine. Shields, stuff that's not mine. Oh, I'm being such a dick to these guys. Studded belt. There's a student belt. Plus 10. Actually, I want to keep the student's belt. Any more bricks? I don't really care. Bowls. Faith. Fruit that's not mine. What does this button do? Yay! Oh, hey! More stuff. Healing spores, belt, steel shield. Massive improvement with my wooden shield. Armor, thorns, another baton. And what's this? Create roamer. It enables you to create roamer or pyro roamer. A fierce, muscular quadruped, most of its internal development is in its jaw, which features a fine combination of powerful muscles and acid glands. Its bite and its spit make roamers very useful at long and short range. They take 8 essence to create. Alright. Oh. They represent resistance to all damage and hostile, non-mental magical effects. Enrage becomes when being damaged. There's a chance of enraging this creature. The more damage, the higher the chance of rage. Enraged creatures do and take more damage. Fiery Pounce. Huh. Could be neat. Be quite useful. And guard coming. Eggs of meal. As I completely disregard property rights in proper RPG fashion. Air shock crystal and a javelin. More syllables. Can I pick up anything? Nope. Or brick. Nope. And onwards. So I sneak around in their walls, digging it through. Scrounging for supplies. And now we pretend like we didn't just steal all of their military supplies. You enter the village of Pentil. Once this was a large Shaper fort, probably the administrative center. Now serviles are nestled in the ruins. As you enter, the effect on the serviles is dramatic. They stare at you in awe. Considering how independent the serviles and Valkyrie were, the change is remarkable. Some of the serviles fell to their knees. One of their guards walks up to you, staring at the ground and shuffling his feet. Shaper, welcome to Pentil. In the name of the Obeyers, we welcome you. We are grateful that you have returned to rule and guide us at last. He shuffles back to his post, not daring to look at you directly. When you meet the gaze of those meat creatures, they look away. For once, the serviles are acting like you expect. What's in this barrel? Trash. All of the obeyers. Bread. Obeyer Hall, and then there's the bazaar. This is Learned Jeffy, Sage. Though the Serviles of Pinto will claim total obedience to the Shapers, it is very strange what you find here. It is a Shaper laboratory, once used for shaping new creations. It has been scrupulously maintained by the Serviles. It also looks like, despite the absence of Shapers for many years, this lab has been in use. The Serviles here seem to have been trained to use Shaper powers on their own. Very strange and forbidden. This bears further investigation. We tame rogues. You meet an old Servile alchemist. That is what he must be, as strange as it is. Serviles can be used as the laboratory assistants, but this one clearly aspires to be something more. You smell the sulfur stink of living fjords nearby. Welcome, Shaper, the old Servile says. I am Jeffy of the Obeyers. I have been here long and learned much. I am sure there is much you want to know about this island. I can help you. What work do you do here? What is this lab for? Do not fear, Shaper. I am not following the arts forbidden to us Serviles. I would never attempt to try to make my own creations. I have been trying to tame existing creations. I would control rogues and have them fight for us instead of against us. I expose them to training, to beating, and into essence, and appeal to their natural obedience to true Shaper thoughts. Does it work? It does, sometimes, sort of. Most of the rogues we capture do not survive the taming. A few have, all yours. They fight for us now in some places. We need all the defenders we can get to survive. Tell me some of what you have learned. I am ashamed, Shaper. I cannot bear to expose my ignorance to you. It would be too humiliating. You try to convince him to help, but his shame is too great. There's much I would like to learn from you. There's more question. Oh. Refill my essence and energy. Come on, yes! Worth the investment once again. Magic shaping enables you to create more powerful magic creations. Magic creations have more effective attacks and resist magical and mental effects. I think that improved my control. Yes, it did. Hell yeah. Which means... let's see, magical skill... Let's see, so if I make you strong... yeah, absorb. And let's see here. Oh, my fire shaping went up. No, I put my fire shaping up. Battle shaping, magic shaping. So if I wanted, I could go for Artella's. Pyro Rummer. Pyro Rummers are like basic rummers, but with one key difference. Their internal organs contain large pockets of volatile, so they explode. Okay. Physically fragile worm. Searing Artilla are improved, much more efficient version of the basic Artilla. Their acid spit is much more powerful, but they're still weak in melee. Well then. Still... at level, ignoring stealth. I have been enjoying my Fiora. Let's see, then there's Drakes, Battle Alphas, Claw Bugs, Vlish, And Glock. Cold damage. Doesn't put damage at base. Frost Aura. And Hardiness. That would actually be useful. Swoop. Leap to target. Level 6. And still have perfect control. No, strong control. I now have 2 cryo. I think they have more health. Right? This Furio is rogue. You can tell it in an instant. However, the survivors here have trained and beaten it in submission. It X time for now, but you know it can turn on them at any moment. Let's see, I'm gonna go to the bazaar. Guess I can check out. No, wait, that's the wall. We have scouts. What's all this then? Oh, it just opens the way there. Oh. Travel the roads. Pixley! You meet a happy Servile, good-natured despite the horrors that surround her. Your approach elevates her from happiness to ecstasy. The Shaper, visiting me! I am honored. I am Pixley, the leader of the travelers, the ones who move things about, who roam the whole island. Sometimes they aid the Shapers, sometimes for ourselves. It is a great honor to meet a Shaper at last. You travel? My ancestors scattered and moved supplies for Shapers. We do the same now. We keep the routes of travel clear so that we may serve your kind in the same way when you return. Since you have been traveling, you must know the danger of our task. Or how dangerous our task is. Tell me what lies east of you. First, there is a river, spanned by 2 bridges, crumbling but intact. Then, heavy woods. You'll find many rogue creations, but servile outposts as well. Some of them will aid you, then the deadly area of Kez, swarming with takers, then a few jagged rocky peaks, and then water again, what lies to the north. Desolate wastes with rogues and little else. Be aware of that area, Shaper, not even my folk travel up there. What has made things especially dangerous? She shakes her head. It's the bridges. The river to the east is spanned by 2 bridges, and they're both blocked. They're guarded by rogues. I've lost 2 drovers there, both killed. There's a sort of thing we have to... I've been hoping the Shapers would rescue us from. If you were able to clear one of the bridges for us, we would be thankful. Sort of rogues. And fairies, but large, powerful varieties, even bigger than the Vlish and roamers that plague us. Where do the rogues come from? We don't know. Rogues have been invading servile lands for 3 years now. They all come from the north. Most of them we can deal with, but it gets worse every month. Another question. I wish to find a boat. In your travels, have you ever seen one? I wish I could meet your every need, Shaper, but I have never seen a boat. But one of my scouts told me she saw a ship recently near the shores south of here. She tells you how many days ago. Coincidentally, it was the same day you were attacked and swam to the island. She was traveling through the tombs to get there. Go south through the Pentel Woods and then east. If you explore the shore, you might find something there. My craft was attacked by a ship about them. What? It attacked a Shaper? Please don't believe... we had anything to do with that. Serviles don't build ships. I had a message from Cole in Vakiri. He wants to resume trade with you. Before you arrived, I would have said it would be futile. Too many rogues. You have helped clear the route between here and there. Tell Cole that I will do my best to begin sending goods. You must be patient, though. It will take time. There's still danger on the roads. Okay. She doesn't have anything to sell. Always think of the true will. But you do, merchant. Several serviles have set up tables in this courtyard, though the rogues plaguing them have dramatically reduced trade. The Obeyers used to do a lot of business here. The merchant looks up to you. Strangely, though the Obeyers practically worship you, this merchant is very uncomfortable. Greetings, mighty Shaper. I am honored that you have found the time to inspect my humble wares. I hope that you will forgive me, but time is very tight, and I must ask you much more for my goods than I would like to. How's trade been lately? Oh, Shaper, since the rogues started roaming everywhere, it's been very dangerous. We have been unable to scavenge for equipment and ship artifacts. We have not been able to carry goods between settlements. If only one of the bridges to the east was clear, life would be much easier. Hopefully someone will come and help us in our time of need. Okay, and you have food, sell junk. I sold everything I could afford. Sell stuff, sell junk. Myself a nice pile of coin. How's trade been lately? I will take your living tools. Speed spores, curing spores. Speed pods, curing pods, healing pods. That should be fine. And then the arms merchant. You don't have anything I'm interested in. Yeah, I'm already all upgraded, because I think I have a steel shield as opposed to an iron shield. Yep. 15 and 8 versus... 10 and 5. Chainmail I already have. And you don't want to buy anything from me. Cleared up the walls. This says Hall of Woodsmen and later Godwin. A Shaper. This is the Hall of Woodsmen. This burly servile has a pair of axes on his belt. On either side, he is grim, restless, and not entirely in awe of you. This meeting hall, once quite grand, has been converted into a lumberyard. The smell of freshly cut wood is heavy in the air. I'm Godwin, he says. I'm the head woodsman. I keep serviles trained in the ways, so when the Shapers return, we can fetch wood for you. You are a servile woodsman. Aye, fetching wood and shaping planks were two of the main things you Shapers use servile for. That started a long time ago. Now we make sure to train new woodsfolk down generation to generation. We must always be able to obey your will, though it can be difficult. And you must always obey the Shapers. Always. If they are a true Shaper, one who believes in maintaining the old ways. You aren't an obeyer, so you don't understand, but we will obey you and take our part in the grand way of things, and give you proper gratitude for our creation. What sorts of difficulties? Nothing that'll surprise you. Rogues? Lots of them in the woods to the south. They're tough. Run a few of us at them with axes, and we can take them down quickly. But then the next week they're back. They keep reappearing. We can't figure out from where. Perhaps I could figure out where the Vlish are coming from. Perhaps you could. We've always hoped Shapers would return to help us, but I never thought it would happen. But if it did, I sure would be grateful. You can go to the woods itself and find the source of the Vlish and remove it. We would be grateful. What's all this wood for? Warmth, tools, cooking fires? We're running out of space for the original stone buildings. We've been making our own huts and halls out of wood. How do you decide where to make settlements? It was hard. Shapers always told us where to build before. We had to figure out how to do it on our own when things got bad. When we were sleeping stacked 3 high in the original buildings, we just outgrew our original settlements. We don't know if Serviles making buildings on our own follows the true will of the Shapers. There's argument. We have no choice. That's all for now. And then leader of the farmers, Natly. The Servile is young, but she moves as if she bears a heavy burden. Her hands show signs of hard work, but her robes are free of dirt. When she sees you, she kneels. A single tear runs down her cheek. I heard, but I did not dare believe. It is true. After all our waiting, you have returned to us. Welcome, Shaper. I am Natly, head of the farmers. I have trained the Serviles as you would wish. Tell me about the farmers. She is exhausted and her eyes are red. Still, she manages to talk. We Serviles always grew food for the Shapers of Susia Isle. When you left, we knew you would return. We are able to return service to our creators. For generations, we have trained our children to grow food for you. What do you do with the food since we aren't here? Of course, using the food ourselves helped us survive to serve you better. I saw your farms. I also cleared the rogues away from the west gate. Oh, Shaper, I know. Thank you. Thank you. Even now, we are sending out farmers to repair the damage. Thanks to you, we will not starve. You came to solve problems when we were all at our worst, as we were taught you would. Why are you so tired? She lowers her head. Not long ago, my bonded was lost. His name was Hudge. He was cutting wood. A volish poisoned him, and he died. For a time, I questioned how the Shapers could abandon us. I wondered, well, they could let these things happen to us. In the end, Rydell came to me. Rydell? He told me how it was all for the best. He told me how you understood all and made sure it was all happening for a reason. It was a great comfort to me. Please, Shaper, forgive me for my doubts. Zervile was right. Sometimes our creations must suffer, but it is necessary for the good of all. I believe you, but at times some of us... yeah. Oh, Hutch. West gate is clear. Chesh, the Servile guard has been beaten severely. The results of intense recent combat. His shoulder is bandaged and his face is bruised. He looks familiar. Welcome, Shaper. I am Chesh. I just came from a fierce battle in the fields to the west. It is good to see that you were well. How did the fighting at the gate go? It was easy enough. After you cleared the gate, we only had to mop up the stragglers. Apart from my receiving a huge thrashing at the hands of a huge Thad. A sound thrashing at the hands of a huge Thad, we haven't had no serious difficulties. What are you doing now? I'm only part of the town watch until I am better. The moment I am ready, I will be patrolling the bridges to the east, watching for rogue Serviles and Taker scum. I can't wait to begin fighting again in the name of our creators. Having you here inspires us all, Shaper. Okay. Great. Must move. Let's get the records hall. Already visited the travelers hall and the bazaar. There's the bear hall. This looks like a canteen. Farmer, one of the Serviles who grow food and raise meat for Pentel. Her hard work has given her rough hands and strong muscles. Not a surprise. Many Serviles back home work as farmers. She looks up to you in awe, clearly seeing the savior of her kind. Word of your acts has gotten around. Is there anything I can ask of you? Anything I can do for you, mighty Shaper? Just ask. Tell me about your farm. It is outside the west gate. Now that the gate has been cleared, we are starting to return to our lands. I will repair the damage. I was looking for information. Is there anyone here who can help me? Rydell is our leader and the one with the most knowledge. She is the leader of the Obears. I know that you would be honored by a visit. His hall is the west side of the central building. Are you a farmer? Can I have some food? I'm sorry, I know I make food, but I don't carry it all around. There are merchants by the east gate. Return to your work. Meat, a harp, dagger. That isn't mine. What's this then? Main barracks, Mickle Bridge. Let's leave it alone. Be nice to these poor little servants. Guard. Okay. Generics. Don't even let me take some stuff. Oh, nice. But... the floor in here is splattered with blood. The drops are dry, but not old. What are the Serviles doing back here? I wonder. Alright. Now into the Obears Hall. This massive hall is arranged with rows of crude benches. An old Shaper throne, salvaged by the Obears, is at the far end. It is too large for the Serviles, but they use it anyway. This is the meeting hall of Pentil, at the heart of the Obear sect. From here, the plans of the Serviles are set in motion, all with the sole intention of pleasing the Shapers. Call those guards. Obear's reminder, every moment of happiness you ever have is because of the Shapers, and sadness too. All satisfaction at work properly performed is because of a Shaper, and is owed. The joys of food, of children, and song all come from the Shapers, and can be taken if one is wise. All wisdom and guidance comes from the Shapers. Shaper error only leads to pure truth. All protection comes from the Shapers. The Shapers are the greatest of powers. We must be thankful and we must obey. All come from the Shapers. Leader Rydell. You face the leader of Pentil, an old servile sitting on his throne. You were trained to look at creations and evaluate their mental state. You have never... Oh yeah, I made a new one. It's a bit more wiggly and bouncy. My avatar. Hey, where was I? A creation so conflicted. Finally he says, Shaper, I've heard of your arrival. I'm awed and grateful that you have returned to us at last. I am Rydell. I am the leader of the Obears, the only sect that has stayed steadfast and true to you. We know that you are alone here. Rogues hunt you as they do us all. Why, thank you. I put in a little bit of extra effort to make sure tentacles and stuff overlap. We hope that you have come to assist us, to reward us for our obedience. He watches you expectantly. Look, I need to take control. I'm just passing through. Your obedience pleases me. I will look after you. The Servile has spent many years in command, plotting and scheming. He has come face to face with what he has worshipped for many years, awe and cutting fight within him, and he tries to decide how to deal with you. Then we have done well? We have been frightened. We never knew if we were doing the right thing. Now we know. I will spread the good news. What do you want here, Shaper? We Obears can provide shelter and information. We only need to hear what you want. I want to learn more of the Obears. Gladly, Shaper. My life is centered around our beliefs. I think they will be pleasing to you. We want nothing but to show your kind the obedience we owe you as our creators. We hope one day that we will be able to convince you to give us your support. Tell me more of the Obears' beliefs. It will be simple, Shaper, for our beliefs are exactly those of you and your people. You are our creators. We were not there, and then we were, through your will. The Awakened say that our debt to you for our creation has been paid off. This is not true. Even if it can be paid, it will take many, many more years of true obedience and service. Note, however, that we only serve the true Shapers. We follow the Shaper's true beliefs. If we feel that a Shaper has been twisted from the will of its kind, we will not obey. Let's see, when should Serviles be allowed to ignore the Shapers and impressed by your wisdom and self-control in the face of adversity? You learn to be rewarded. Not done the right thing, you lost no obedience once we left. You should be used to your freedom, true Shapers. I'm impressed by your wisdom and self-control. In the shape of adversity, you deserve to be rewarded for your loyalty. Rydell exhales a deep breath of relief. So many years of self-doubt, Shapers. So many years of wondering why you abandoned us. Now we know that we followed the true course. Thank you. When should Serviles be allowed to ignore Shapers? Someday, perhaps. Maybe the debt of our creation can be paid. That will be for Shapers to decide, though, not us. True Shapers, how can you decide whether Shapers' beliefs are valid or not? It is a difficult question, and one we have much discussed. We owe obedience to true Shapers, but not false ones. What do we do if two Shapers say different things? For now, we decided to follow what the Shapers taught us before they left. It is the best we can do. Another question. I wish to discuss affairs on this isle with you. Of course, Shaper. I wish I had better news. There are outsiders on this island. Invaders. We do not know where they came from or what they want. If we knew you were a true Shaper and not a rebel, we could share information with you. You would have to be our ally first, though. I want to leave the island. Where can I find a boat? Rydell looks startled. After centuries of waiting for a Shaper to return, it did not occur to him that upon your return you would want to immediately leave. Still, he is obedient. I do not generally think of such things, but I heard Pixley speak of a boat recently. If you're the obeyers, shouldn't you obey me by helping? But we don't know if you truly follow the laws of the Shapers. If you are on Susia Island for forbidden reasons, sharing information with you might help you. If you were to become our ally, we would know that we could trust you. Rydell is cunning for Servile. For all his obedience to your people, he is determined to get assistance for his people. How valuable is this information? Rydell's voice is grim. Shaper, horrible things have been happening on Susia Island. The highest crimes against your kind. You sense that he truly believes what he is saying. We can help you destroy a dark power. First, though, we must be absolutely sure you won't claim that power as for your own. In the last stream, the spy for the Takers that was in the Awakened camp was offering us power in exchange for taking out the Awakened, specifically the Awakened's leader, which I have not done because I don't really want to go against them because they haven't been dicks to me. Tell me of this village. This is the largest servile settlement in Susia. We have worked hard to make it so. We want it to be ready for when the Shapers return. Still, we face many threats. It has been hard. How have you obeyed us in our absence? For each of the tasks the Shapers have Serviles perform, we have one group which carries it out. We train each new generation to serve as the ancestors have served. Please, Shaper, speak with the Serviles here. Note their skill and loyalty. Our loyalty has made us strong and prosperous. Tell me more about the rogues. I would, but I think you would best learn of the threats which face us from those who must deal with them directly every day. Find Bacall. He can tell you much. And Shaper, if you are feeling merciful and kind, please help us. Recently our difficulties have been great. That is all. Goodbye, Shaper. We'll continue to obey you, your people, the best we can. What's back here? Staircase? What does this do? Pentel. Dealing with the artifacts on this island has severely taxed the intelligence of the Serviles. They needed to use the things the Shapers left behind to survive. They have little idea of how the things have worked. Since you, to be honest, don't know much about the atoms here yourself, the things they have learned about everything from locks to traps to mines is very useful to you. Oh, free mechanics level? Rydell's journal. He has led the Obeyers for almost 20 years. He kept his record, filling page after page in tiny, neat script. Rydell, it turns out, is focused, clever, and ruthless. You read his years of work undermining the efforts of Valkyria and Kaz and playing the two settlements against each other. His determination to crush all Serviles who question the Shapers is total. One entry from not long before you landed on the isle catches your eye. Why do they leave us? Why do they leave us here? Why do they test us so? Why don't they return? My people suffer. I suffer. Year after year. Death after death. Natalie has lost her bondage. She asked why the Shapers allowed her to pain. What am I just say? I will follow them and do their will, whatever it is, until I die. But alone on my throne, I allow myself one dream. I wish a Shaper would come here and tell me I did well. Nice. This book contains many notes on battle techniques, wisdom accumulated by generations of Serviles over the last century or two. Since Serviles are not usually trained to fight, they had to figure it out all on their own. They wrote what they learned here. Though the knowledge is of Serviles, your relative lack of combat training makes what they have learned very interesting. You read what they have written here carefully, getting me a free level of melee weapons. And finally, Rydell's room. Desk with an hourglass, a gold goblet, just probably worth something. Sheets of paper and dice, and Shaper records. This book is filled with bureaucratic trivia about the colony. Nothing of interest to you. You aren't sure who might find it useful. shoes. Comb, robe, bronze sword, which I can actually wield. That's my melee weapon up. Copper discs and carnelian gloves. Gloves are very important to shapers. Their work causes them to come into contact with a wide variety of noxious chemicals. Armor. Some magical, better magical armor, but also better battle and mental magic. Yeah, I recall there being another person, I don't remember who. Then it was quiet. A chest. The girdle's strength. +1 to strength and creation strength. Huh? And some more chitin armor. More physical armor. But I really like that magical damage. Oh, something on the ground. Steel gem. Right. So escapes. Don't want to kill Ilra. Found Pixley. Found the sources of Flish to the south. Clear a bridge to the east. And then the takers are elsewhere. Alright, I think I need to talk to a guy in the barracks. Mikal Blade! You doubt that you will ever get used to seeing serviles like this, tall, armored, and trained with weapons. Fortunately, you have a little fear from this one. It's all you can do to keep from throwing himself on the floor at your feet. Welcome, Great Shaper! I am Mikal Blade, commander of the armed serviles here. We have waited so long for the return of your kind. There are so many foes facing us, and so little we can do to oppose them without help. You need my help? What is wrong, Servile? Rebellion, rogue Serviles. Our warriors in the thorny woods must block in a band of dangerous rogue Serviles. This task wastes valuable forces. If you could slay them, it would be most helpful to your loyal Serviles here. Where is this? If you leave the city gates to the east and travel down the road to the south, you will reach Thorny Wood. Along the central road, you will find our outpost. What makes you think these your Serviles are rogue? They are Intuile, cast-offs from Kazg, we think. They won't work with us to follow your will. They squat on our lands and steal food from us. We don't have the food to spare. Why haven't you destroyed these rogues yourselves? They've protected themselves with traps and guards. We can't eliminate them without losses. We cannot afford. Not with Kazg and Valkyrie always looking for weaknesses. We're seeking weakness. Tell me about Pentel. Not much of a talker. What about your wars? We're surrounded by rogues, rogue monsters, rogue serviles, insolent awakened to the west, mad takers to the east. We tried to teach them the error of their ways, then we had to fight them. We have had to fight for many years. You did well. Thank you, Shaper. The endless wars cost us so much. I'm glad it was the right thing to do. What's around you? Raiders and infiltrators from Kaz, rogues, evil humans. All humans are barred from Susia, and yet they came. Where did the rogues come from? We don't know. They first started coming about 3 years ago. First alone or in pairs, small and twisted. Then more, then hordes. I hear there are even creatures that hide in caves and spawn the rogues themselves. At first it was no nuisance, now it threatens us all. What about those spies? Kazg is a village to the east. It is a sick place, consumed by the beliefs of the takers. It would lead us in rebellion against your kind, the horror. I can't bear to think of it. They send raiders here all the time to punish us for our loyalty. Do not worry, though. When we capture a taker, we deal with it. Quickly, and in a way that ensures they will never question the Shapers again. We never hesitate to do it. What about the humans? I've never seen one. I've only heard rumors. They look different. They speak a strange tongue. They come here on ships from far away. Each one has a strength of 10 thads, and they can shoot beams of fire from their eyes. This is all rumors, though. Some of it might not be reliable. And, yeah, destroy hidden rebels to the east, or southeast. Got that. Let's head back to Vakiri and see if I can confirm with the merchant there. It's raining. Hi, I met Pixely. She is eager to resume trade with you. She thinks that the route to Pentel is safe. Excellent. I'm honored that you could, with all your important Shaper business, remember to help one as humble as me. Here's a reward for you. The Awakened believe in giving fair payment. He hands you 3 living tools, genuine Shaper artifacts. I won't say no to more living tools. And I think with that, I will leave it off for tonight. We have made our way all the way to the Pentil, or to Pentil, home of the Shaper loyalists, clearing a path the whole way. And there's still some places I haven't poked into, but we can do that later. I will see you a lot next week, Saturday, with more Erratus, Sunday with another stab at Grixalis, maybe, and then Monday with a continuation of this playthrough. See you then.